Hello, EnteiTainment here. My name is Daniel, welcoming you to the Teambuilder episode for week 10, I believe, of the CSML, where we will be preparing to take on Kraken Nation, a good friend of mine, and his Boston Bisharps. This is the third time in our history we've faced each other, and I have lost the previous two, just to give you guys some backstory. So maybe this time we'll be able to turn the tides, but he is a very talented player, so he will certainly make that challenging. Anyways, looking at his draft, he has Mega Aggron, Victini, Cress, Toxicroak, Snorlax, Togetic, Excelgor, Tyrantrum, Tauros, Shiftry, Wartortle, and Dragalge. So I guess a relatively slow team that definitely has a lot of bulk on it, but it has the potential to hit extremely hard if it wants to. I'm looking at you, Victini. I think Victini is going to be a massive threat this game. If I can read into it a little bit, I think he'll be more inclined to bring a special Victini because he can get grass coverage, which would be nice against Lantern. Although that's really it, so I don't have much of a read into the Victini. He could easily also bring a physical one and just not be worried about Lantern, because Lantern can't switch in repeatedly to Zen Headbutts anyways, so I don't know. I don't know if he'd bring a choiced one. I really just am not sure. But I am pretty positive Victini is going to come, and that is going to be a very huge threat. I think the Dragalge is also coming, potentially, because it can hit very hard, and I don't have really reliable Dragon resists, and that's not convenient, with the exception of Magnezone, but again, my team doesn't really have any recovery on it, so Magnezone can only switch in so many times, and Dragalge gets Focus Blast, so it's not convenient, or Hidden Power Ground, or whatever it wants to do. Aside from that, I really don't know what he wants to do. I'm kind of expecting Cress because he brings it a lot, kind of expecting his Mega. Maybe not Snorlax, because I do have some powerful fighting types. He might bring like DD Tyrantrum. I really have no idea what he's going to bring, but I feel pretty strongly about Victini, and I guess that's it. So I didn't try to read into it too much. I just tried to prepare for as much of his team as I could, which I don't feel the most confident about. But we'll look down at his weaknesses before we actually get into the team I created. So we can see that he's pretty well covered. He has 5 fighting weaknesses, but 6 resists, so it's not too big of a deal. Basically, like, his whole draft is either weak or resists fighting. There's nothing takes neutral damage from fighting except for Wartortle. So there's one Pokemon on his team that takes neutral damage. Everything else is either weak to fighting or resists it. It's kind of crazy. And then he has 5 ground weaknesses, but again, 4 resistances, so it's really not something I can capitalize on, plus I have no ground types. And yeah, so I think he's well covered. Even though he has a lot of weaknesses in a couple areas, he matches that with a lot of resistances, so it's going to be pretty hard to break apart this team, since it is very, or it can be very stally, as I've seen in previous matches of his. A possibility for me to lose this match is just getting stalled out, very realistically, honestly. But we'll look at the team over here that I ended up coming up with. First, he has no Volt Switch blocker, so I thought I'd go ahead and take advantage of that with a Specs Thundurus. This thing is going to hit like a truck, hopefully, and will give me some good switch initiative is the plan. I want to try to get his initiative as fast as possible and keep it for as long as I can, because I think that's the only way I'm going to beat a like slow, hard-hitting team like Kraken Nations, but I guess there's only one way to find out. So yeah, I'm running Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Fighting, and Flash Cannon with enough speed to get the advantage over Jolly Victini, or Timid if he goes special. And yeah, it just hits really hard. Hidden Power Fighting is nice coverage, although it does mess with my IVs, so I need to play around with that. But yeah, that's the thought on Thundurus. Then we have Terrakion with Rocks. I don't think he'll be expecting Rocks. And I know he won't be expecting Rocks with weakness policy, so if I can take a hit, I think I like essentially kill something. Maybe I could switch for X-Scissor, but I don't even think that Oko is Cressa +2, so I really don't know. But if I'm up at +2, I will hit something very hard before I die, and hopefully Terrakion can set up the Rock, because I don't think he'll be expecting it, and if he does bring Rapid Spin, it can only be on his Wartortle, And we have this super hot Gorgeist over here that should be able to handle War Turtle pretty well. It won't enjoy getting toxic, but I do have spin. I am a ghost type, so I can block the spin. And I'm actually running Will-O-Wisp, Charge Beam, Giga Drain, and Shadow Ball, because why not? We gotta bring the flames. This thing will probably not work, but I think it'd be really cool if it did. I should probably try to outspeed Gouge, actually, looking at this, so maybe I will look into that after this video, but it's decent coverage, it's just really slow. So I debated going instead for like a Flame Charge set that would make me faster, but I don't know. We'll see how I feel when the match actually happens in like 10 minutes. Next we have a dual status Magnezone. This will probably catch him unaware as well, and if he sees the Thunder Wave, I don't think he'll be expecting a Toxic. So if he tries to switch in Crest or something so his offensive Pokemon don't get Thunder Wave, we can Toxic that thing and just have a good time. Magnezone is mainly here for the Crest, because Crest cannot T-Wave me or Toxic me, and I resist Stab, so mostly Magnezone is here for Crest, but even if Crest doesn't come, it'll be nice to cripple random stuff with a weird Thunder Wave, so that was the thought process there. I'm not running Electric Stab, because honestly Electric doesn't hit his team too hard anyways, and I have Thundurus, which will be hitting much harder than Magnezone, so that is why I'm not running Thunderbolt. I was running Flash Cannon and Signal Beam. Not only does that hit Crest, but it also hits his Shiftry, and that's it. But you know what? It hits more than Electric would, I think. Electric hits Togetic, which is hit by Flash Cannon, and War Turtle, which I guess we'll see if I end up regretting that. Then we have an AV Bouffalant with Sap Sipper, in case he forgets that I get Sap Sipper and tries to go for Energy Ball with Victini. I can get that +1 attack and actually probably destroy something, because this thing hits pretty hard. I don't know about Facade, looking at that now. His team does run a lot of status normally, so that's the main idea behind that. And if I get burned or something, I'm going to want to still be doing damage. So that's the thought process behind Facade. I don't even know if there's a fourth move I'd want instead, so it's probably staying. Earthquake is great coverage. Like we noticed before, his team has 5 ground weaknesses, so it's really nice to have Earthquake. And then Mega Horn is just for, I guess, the Crest and for good power. And finally, we need our Rapid Spinner. Well, maybe we don't. I don't know. I'm nervous having Thundurus. I'm nervous having a Volt switching flying type without having Rapid Spin. So he's also Assault Vest with Rapid Spin, Mach Punch, Pursuit, and Earthquake. This is gonna try to be a Scout for Victini. Obviously, Hitmontop is not gonna survive an encounter with a Victini, but he's AV, so he can handle it if he's special. And he's max defense Intimidate, so he can maybe take a V-Create. If he's banded, there's no way I can take a V-Create, but if he's not, we can figure out what the heck he is and try to play accordingly. So I don't know, I'm really scared of Victini, so I guess I could be over-prepped, because Bouffalant is kind of here for the Victini as well. I guess it gives me a switch into his other special types if he brings Shiftry or Gouge, but again, lack of reliable recovery is going to make that challenging. But anyways, that's the team. I'm not going to go to Showdown, so this is it. This is what I'm rocking. We're going to have some cool nicknames that will be revealed when the match actually happens, so they're just going to be personal little things, inside jokes between me and him. I don't think he's doing the same thing, which is unfortunate, but I will certainly be doing personal nicknames, so get ready for some weird nicknames that you probably will not understand. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video and that you are excited for this upcoming match. This is pretty huge if we want to go to playoffs. If Abda continues to lose and we play him next week, then we could have a shot. We could have a shot, theoretically. So this is pretty important. Anyways, like I said, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have an excellent rest of your day. This has been Daniel and EnteiTainment.